What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on Play on GAA with me, Seamus Brady. In this video, I'm going to be giving my immediate match reaction to Clare beating Wexford by 124 to Wexford's 3-14 in Semple Stadium in Thurles. And really, my first reaction watching this game is pure frustration from a Wexford point of view. My God, did they throw this game away? I mean, in the 59th minute, they were in the clear. They were 6 points ahead after Mikey Dwyer hit a beauty of a point to make it 15 points to Clare, 3-12 to Wexford. And then they absolutely just let the whole thing fall apart. Clare with an absolutely outrageous comeback, but Wexford multiple times had chances to score and missed them. So they're going to look back on this game with a lot of regrets. I'm going to get into the full match review now, but before I do, please like, subscribe, share, comment, everything good like that. It really helps us out. And yeah, let's go with the match review. So a great atmosphere in Semple Stadium, 36,000 or thereabouts were in attendance. It was perfect conditions really for hurling. A lot of wides though throughout the game. Clare started off with Tony Kelly missing the first 3 frees that he took. Peter Duggan missed a few frees as well. He came into it more in the second half, but that's definitely a worry for Clare going forward. Their free taking throughout the game was absolutely awful. And then on the flip side, you have, the likes of Aaron Gallan, who doesn't miss for Limerick. So that's definitely something that they need to improve on. Wexford made a dream start. After 25 seconds, Jack O'Connor caught a long ball sent down to him, and he basically walked through the Clare defence and buried it into the back of the net past Quilligan to make it 1-0 after only 25 seconds. They nearly had a second goal as Rory Hayes was messing around with the ball in his own defence. He was caught, and then MacDonald pulled on the ball, which had dropped on the ground at this point, and it flashed across the goal and went wide. Rory Hayes was very lucky there, but not very lucky as he was taken off in the 8th minute, which is something that stunned me because they had the whole appeal for his suspension to be turned over. It gets turned over. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the game, end of, in my opinion. And he gets taken off after 8 minutes. Doesn't really make sense to me. But anyway, Keane Nolan came on for him. Davy Fitzgerald had already opened up the scoring for Clare at that point to make it 1 point to a goal. Lee Chin responded for Wexford. Then Shane O'Donnell hit a point to make it 2 points to 1-1. Then Oisin Foley hit a beauty after being set up by a Lee Chin high catch. And Tony Kelly responded with a point from play for Clare. Then Nolan came in for Hayes. Rory O'Connor hit a lovely point for Wexford. Oisin Foley hit another one too. There were some lovely scores. Crucially, though, after 10 minutes, Rory O'Connor was forced off injured for Wexford, having been their best forward throughout the league. Throughout the championship, he had been a little bit less effective, but still an incredible hurler. He went off injured. Mikey Dwyer came on for him. That was a big blow for Wexford, even with the game that Mikey Dwyer had. Rory O'Connor is just different class. In the 16th minute, Clare finally scored a free. Peter Duggan made that one, 5 points to 1-4. And Diarmuid Ryan added another point to make it 6 points to 1-4. In the 22nd minute, Diarmuid O'Keefe hit a lovely point to make it 7 points to Clare, 1-6 to Wexford. Ian Galvin responded. Damien Reck responded to that. And then in the 32nd minute, Ian Galvin hit a beauty and Peter Duggan hit a free to level the game at 10 points to 1-7. And that was halftime. Now, one thing that was clear to me in this first half is just how effective Wexford were at shutting down the Clare attack. Shane Reck went on to Tony Kelly and followed him all over the pitch and did as good a job as I've seen on Tony Kelly. The last thing I can really compare it to is the job that Cathal Barrett did on Tony Kelly in last season, when Cathal Barrett just followed him around the pitch. Shane Reck, fantastic game. Connor Devitt as well on Ryan Taylor. Ryan Taylor had been massive for Clare against Limerick, and Connor Devitt just went on him and shut him down in that first half. Shane O'Donnell as well, completely taken out of the game in the first half. So Clare, their attack was definitely neutralized by the Wexford defence, and that's definitely worrying because it's a pointer for sides that have more of a ruthless attack. I'm going to get on to why Wexford weren't ruthless now in a second. Clare hit the first 2 points in the second half. Then Tony Kelly got another lovely score to put Clare into the lead by 2 points. Leachin responded to that to make it 14 points to 110. However, then for Wexford, it got a lot better. In the 47th minute, a long free by Mark Fanning. Leachin swung the hurl at it. It's inconclusive right now as I'm speaking. I'm not 100% sure Did Lee Chin touch it or did he not? In my opinion, I think he might have got the tiniest of flicks. Either way, Ava Quilligan let the ball go in past him. 14 points to Clare, 2-10 to Wexford. Wexford back into the lead. I think Quilligan should have done a lot better with that one. I think Patrick Collins, not Patrick Collins after what happened today, but Owen Murphy doesn't let that go in. Like that, Owen Murphy's the best keeper in the country, in my opinion. Nicky Quaid doesn't let that go in. So that's poor from Quilligan. In the 50th minute, Ian Galvin hit the crossbar, and I thought this was going to be the defining moment of the game, potentially. Ian Galvin smacked the crossbar, and it went straight down the other end from Simon Donoghue into the penalty box for Clare. Lee Chin gets his hands on the ball, buries it in the back of the net. Wexford have hit 2 goals in 3 minutes, and now it is 3-10 to Wexford, 14 points to Clare. Massive 6-point turnaround there, because Galvin was going for the goal and he rattled the crossbar. Then Duggan missed another free soon after, and it looked like everything was coming against Clare here, as Conor Cleary was penalised for fouling Conor MacDonald. Lee Chin put that free over the bar to make it 3-11 to 14 points. Then Mikey Dwyer hit that beauty of a point I was saying on the 59th minute to cancel out a Peter Duggan free. And now it was 15 points to Clare, 3-12 to Wexford. And it looked like Wexford only really had to keep it together for another 10 minutes and they would be home and hosed. But here in the 60th minute is where it fell apart. Aaron Shanahan, who had just came on, hit a lovely point with his first touch of the game to make it 16 points to 3-12. Peter Duggan then hit a free to make it 17 points to 3-12. Shane Meehan then in the 63rd minute hit another beauty to make it 18 points to 3-12, and we were down to a 3-point game. Cathal Malone then hit a gorgeous point to make it 19 points to 3-12. Shane O'Donnell hit a cracker to make it 20 points to 3-12. And then in the 67th minute, the cherry on an awful cake for Wexford. A long ball into the square. Mark Fanning dropped it, and it ended up with Aaron Shanahan, who pulled on it and put it into the back of the net to make it 120 to Clare, 3-12 to Wexford. And in the space of 7 minutes, they have gone from being 6 points ahead to now behind, trailing by 4 points at this stage. Absolutely remarkable that it has gone up in smoke so quickly. Sorry, they were ahead by 2 points after that Shanahan goal. In the 67th minute, Tony Kelly hit a beauty to make it 121 to 3-12. And just like that, the completion was there. Now, all of a sudden, they are 3 points clear. Lee Chin hit a free for Wexford to stop the rot. Then in the 70th minute, Shane Meehan hit a point, though, to cancel out Chin's free. In the 70th minute, though, this is one thing that I do want to talk about, because a lot of people won't. A lot of people got swept up in the Clare momentum. Lee Chin, in the 70th minute, Michael Duignan pointed it out on the live broadcast on the Sunday game. Lee Chin turns, I think it was Cian Nolan, the guy that was marking him, and Nolan just pulls him down. Like, Lee Chin is going straight through on goal. Nolan just hangs on to him, pulls him down. Cynical foul, gets a yellow card, but the free is from the 21. He's not going to go for goal. He taps it over the bar. What is the actual point of that rule? The one that was in last year when Aidan McCarthy got a black card and there was a penalty given. What is that rule? Does it still exist? Because that is literally, in my opinion, by the book, a black card and a penalty. He fouled him. He prevented him going through on a goal. Lee Chin was up and he was running, and he would have definitely got a shot away at goal. And in that moment, right in that instinct, a goal for Wexford would have been huge and potentially could have given him momentum to snatch a point and snatch victory. It potentially could have done that, because once momentum swings, it can be even double as powerful. I don't get what the point of that rule is. It's an absolute joke. I don't know why. You know, last year with the Aidan McCarthy thing, and I think it was John McGrath was closer, or Jake Morris, he was closer to the Ennis Road than he was to the Clare goal. So now they've just gone completely the other way, and they never give it when it should be given. They've never given. Just get rid of the rule at this point. If you're not going to enforce it, if you're not going to stick with it, why do you even bother having it in the rule book and having it there? Because it's going to come up at some point when teams have completely forgotten basically that the rule even exists. Then it will come up as a penalty and a black card, and all the fans will be confused because no one's seen it for years. Like, just get rid of it. If you're not going to give it in this scenario, when one of the best players in Ireland has just turned his man and is running straight at the goal and will definitely get a shot away at the back of the net, and he's pulled down, and you're not going to enforce it, then What's the point of having the rule in the first place? I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I think it's an absolute joke of a rule. In the 74th minute, Charlie McGuckin, this is what I'm talking about with the ruthlessness of the Clare attack versus the ruthlessness of the Wexford attack. Charlie McGuckin, he's a great young player, but he had a massive chance in the 74th minute to hit a point for Wexford to pull them back to within 1 point of Clare. And he absolutely messed it up. He just carried it way too close and then had to shovel it basically over his shoulder, put the ball wide. And then Clare went up the other end. Tony Kelly and Aaron Shanahan both nailed points over the bar. Shanahan hitting the last one to make it 124 to 314. That's the difference. But for Clare, it's more in the sense of you want to be talking about an All-Ireland for Clare here. Limerick don't miss those chances. If Limerick have a fella in the position that Charlie McGuckin was in, he puts that over the bar. You cannot allow teams to get the run on you like that. I mean, in terms of what, like, Wexford allowed Clare to have that run on them as good as Clare were in those 10 minutes. Mark Fanning made that mistake, which led to the Clare goal. Wexford completely stopped doing what they'd been doing so well up until that point. Clare would not get the run on Limerick the way they got the run on Wexford. So for Lohan, yes, he will be happy that they're into next round, but there's a lot to work on. I think they really need to step up the game if they have any hope of beating Limerick in the All-Ireland series. That's my opinion on the match here today, guys. It was an absolute cracker in the second half. Bit of a bad first half, but an amazing second half made up for it. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. It really helps us out here. And until the next one, guys, take care.